Uh, this is gonna be a tricky one. Kind of putting myself out there, talking about this stuff and making this video because everybody knows like the worst thing you can do is is write on social media, and the second best option, I guess, is to talk. But I can't talk back when the comments come, and you get one chance to make it work. So if I put my foot in my mouth, honestly, it's up to your maturity to understand that talking to a camera when you don't talk to a camera very much and getting a very complicated opinion across is not easy. And if you haven't done it, well, you haven't done it. And that kind of that makes me a hypocrite in a way, because I'm saying just accept it, and the topic is acceptance. And I really think that acceptance is a terrible word, and I feel like we're living in an era of acceptance, and it's poison, man. We should not be living in a world of acceptance right now. We should be living in a world of enlightenment and understanding. And I feel like there's too many of us just accepting things, whether it's the Pride movement, LGBT, Black Lives Matter, this and that. And I'm not saying this and that flippantly, I'm just saying there's a lot of movements going on right now, and that's a fantastic thing. But I feel like too many of us are accepting things and we're not understanding things. And acceptance without a fight and without a debate and without true understanding is a coward's handshake. It's just this disingenuous handshake. It's making a deal with no intention of following through. But understanding is like acceptance is big brother. He knows how to throw down. He's ready to fight for what he believes in. But he will accept when he's wrong only through understanding. And think of it this way, man. Like if I deal in martial arts, so if I send my fighter into the ring and they lose, just accept it. That does no good. That does no good. That leads nowhere, and that holds no nutritional value whatsoever. What leads to the acceptance of that and the moving on with that is understanding. Here's why you lost. Here's why your opponent was capable of making you lose and you were incapable of winning. Who did this? Who did that? This is why. This is how. This is when. This is where it all went wrong. And how's that any different from social movements? This is why. This is how. This is who. This is when. All of that stuff. And then we have understanding. I understand that this was hard. I understand that this is why we haven't been winning, or we didn't win, or we're not on even terms in certain ways, and how that happened and how we fix it, when it started going wrong, all that. It doesn't lead anywhere to just accept it. I am not a black guy. I'm not a black woman. I'm not a gay man. I'm not transsexual. I'm a white man. For me to accept how things are for any other group of people on any place on the planet other than the skin I'm in right now, that's bullshit. If anybody just accepts it, accepts how it is to be something else or be someone else or be somewhere else, you're talking to an idiot, or you're talking to a liar, a snake, or someone that just will not move past their ignorance. We can relate in ways. We can never truly understand what it's like to be someone else or belong to a group we don't belong to, even if we spend a lot of time with that group. Like, there's still parts of us that are in the dark, and there's still parts of us that are ignorant, and there's still things that people won't talk about. And accepting that I just have a hard time with just accepting that. I feel like what we need to do is attack each other's beliefs hard, and not with the intention of attacking that person, because if you're dealing with a mature and reasonable, intelligent person, attacking someone's belief and attacking someone's opinion is not the same as attacking someone, you know? I can attack the opinions and beliefs of someone that belongs to, say, for example, someone that is an avid supporter, an avid spokesperson for Black Lives Matter, and they can tell me stories and they can tell me their opinions on how things are and how it is, and I can attack that formed opinion and that formed belief on their beliefs on the world around them. I can attack it as hard as possible and as hard as I like, and I'm not attacking them. Attacking them would be, well, you know what that would be. It would be an insult. This is not an insult. This is me aggressively showing that I don't understand where you're coming from. And that's going to get a much more fiery response. But the fiery response, if you're dealing with intellectual, if you're dealing with a mature person, is going to be a passionate debate and a very thought out debate. You put that person in a boxing ring of thoughts, right? And it's not just, you don't just hit them and they roll over. They plan their steps. They really go into the history books. They really revise, they really think back what it was to be and how it was to be and who has been and who has done and when. And they'll come back with something that really develops your character and really develops your understanding, right? If I'm fighting people and I want an opponent that just rolls over as soon as I hit them, I want an opponent that tests my mettle and makes me a better fighter. I want a sparring partner that makes me sharpen up my defense, makes me understand the power of words, and makes me feel unarmed when they've planned, and makes me go back to the drawing board and reconsider my opinions and reconsider my beliefs, and makes me pick up a damn book, you know? Like I say, I don't believe in this. I think this is, I think some people are chatting shit about this. I think this is over the top. I don't think this. I don't believe this. Turns out I'm talking to someone who's read all the books and has lived all the life and has walked all the miles in several shoes and has just done their homework and just lived it all, and they come back and they just level me with facts, and they level me with experience. I'm like, oh, they said some stuff there. Where did that education come from? Where did that knowledge come from? Can I get that in a book? Is there someone I can talk to as well? Is there more people I can talk to about that? Because I felt you really hit me hard in the belief then, and something cracked off. That belief wasn't strong enough because you really split that one in half. So maybe the foundation of my belief was built on sand, and I should go and look at that, because beliefs shouldn't crack that easy. And I go back and do my homework, and I feel enlightened, and I feel washed clean of ignorance and sin, if you want to call it that. And now I truly understand the person in front of me, and I truly understand a group of people that I didn't understand before. You need to expose your opinions, and you need to hit other people's opinions and beliefs as hard as you can, because if it cracks, it wasn't good enough. If a punch lands, your defense is not good enough. If you fall down because you got hit, your chin wasn't strong enough. You are your own belief. If you get rocked, it ain't strong enough. So go and fight with it. Go and debate with it. People in these groups that are downtrodden, I can't speak for them, obviously. That's the whole fucking point of this. But I would, in my opinion, if there's something I'm struggling with and I tell someone and they just accept it, fuck that, man. That's weak. I don't want someone to just accept my opinion, accept my belief. I want someone to test it. And if I'm part of a group that is struggling, I don't want people that just roll over on their backs and accept shit. I want a fighter. I want the hard work. I want the person that's willing to really go into the fire and really change and really be willing to change and willing to understand how, no matter how much that costs their ego. I don't want someone to just accept things, because if we just accept things the whole time, we're going to be stood still forever. Ah, God, I hope this is making sense, because I feel I understand, like, acceptance and just accepting for the sake of being an acceptance movement and making people feel more comfortable is one of the most dangerous things that's going on right now. And it's toxic, you know. But maybe that's just me tripping over words. I have a hard time understanding words and moving past words and the definitions of them. I really struggle with words. I gotta put that out there, but fuck acceptance, man. If acceptance isn't the follow-up of, just, oh, this word is so confusing. If acceptance isn't the follow-up of hard-fought debate or battle for understanding, then acceptance is not acceptance. Acceptance is poison. If there was no fight and there was no heat and there was no emotion and there was no debate or argument or conversation that led to your acceptance of someone else's story, that's not acceptance, that's poison. You have to fight for the acceptance, and both people do. And sometimes, like, as me, as a member of a group that, you know, doesn't struggle or has much less that, we'll leave that one there for you guys to get amped up on. But me, as a group of people that notoriously, you know, is known for having much less to fight against, we need to play devil's advocate. There's opinions that we have, and there's opinions that everybody has about another group of people that we don't understand, that could be taken as what sexist, racist, homophobic, just about everything is. But it's not. That those things come from, I believe, an understanding of the opposite, but treating someone as against that. You know? For me, sexism would be understanding the female as much as possible and still treating them as less than I understand them. That, to me, is sexism. To me, saying an opinion on women that is a negative thing or an assumptive thing from a lack of understanding, while trying to be understanding, that's not sexism, that's brave. And however I get treated after that, whether it's in a mature way of debate or whether it's insults, that has no reflection on me, and I'm not sexist for saying those things. I'm not in an enlightened place right now, not for lack of trying. If the effort's there, then that's not poison. But if I'm speaking below my enlightenment, that is those sexist, homophobic, racist remarks. If you're speaking to the level of your enlightenment, you're being the most honest person in the room. So speak to your level of enlightenment, and whether that upsets people or whether that makes people angry or sad, and whether that gets you some flames thrown at you, either way, that's going to wash you clean, man. And you're going to be more enlightened for that. So always speak to the level of your enlightenment, and that is going to be extremely uncomfortable at times. But that's how we come to understanding. And acceptance is not even coming close to your level of enlightenment, or not fighting to your level, or not speaking to your level, or not living to your level of enlightenment. We're just living in the dark. So go chase a light, man. I don't want to make this sound religious or anything like that, but there's a reason those books have been around for a while, man. Just saying. A lot of truth in there. Just accept it. Is there truth in those books? Nah, this guy's stupid. What would someone that truly wants to understand do with the fact that I think that basically every lesson there is to learn is within the Bible, for example? Would you trash me in the comment section? Would you attack my character? Or would you live to the level of your enlightenment and go pick up that book and have a look or listen to some lectures? You know? If you don't believe in something, or if you have a poisonous opinion, air it. Maybe it smells sweet when you air it. Maybe it smells horrible when you air it. But the true people will understand that you're living to your level of enlightenment, and I think that's what we need to do. Don't just accept things, guys. And if you're belonging to a group of people, or if you're a firm advocate of, you know, these Black Lives Matter, LGBT and stuff like that, and you think I've just attacked you, tell me why you think I've just attacked you. Because I feel like exposing myself in a negative way and having some negative opinions and beliefs on these groups, or anything within these groups or within these movements, I think it's my duty to these groups and duty to my, you know, brothers and sisters around the world, no matter what group they belong to or feel they belong to. I feel like you shouldn't have to belong to any of those groups. And I feel the only way I can serve these groups and serve my brothers and sisters around the world to the degree that I am born to, and to my full capabilities, I need you to be on your game, and I need to attack those opinions and attack those beliefs so you can attack mine. And I owe it to myself and I owe it to these groups to do the best for the people around the world, and best for the people beside me, to sometimes feel like I don't belong anywhere near those groups, or like I shouldn't be welcome within those groups. Because eventually, when all the ignorance is washed away, I'll be the most valuable person to that person, if that makes sense. But like I said, maybe I tripped up some words here. I really struggle with words, but I hope I got my opinions across correctly. If I didn't, just leave a comment, man, but just keep it mature. Like I said, it would be so silly to attack me in the comment section right now when I'm coming from a good place. And this is our chance to, even if 5 people see this, like one person sees this and wants to say some shit in the comment section, like, as long as you're speaking to your level of enlightenment and that's true honesty, then I respect the hell out of that. But if you're speaking below your level of enlightenment, I got no time for you. That's what we got to be on. So, something to think about. Something I've been thinking about. I hope you have a good day. Peace.